Hello, everyone. Tu-na knows that Alex's love for her is genuine and deep. He treats Henry as if he were his own son and is always ready to sacrifice everything to protect both mother and child. But Tu-na's heart still carries scars, a hidden wall that keeps her from fully embracing happiness. Will Alex's powerful love be enough to break through the pain of her past? Or is there an unexpected secret waiting ahead? One that could turn love into tears or open the door to a brand new beginning filled with hope. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join Tu-na on this emotional journey to see how the story ends. Because maybe in every tear, in every moment of this story, you'll find a reflection of your own heart. The evening sun dipped low, painting the road in a golden glow. Alex's old car pulled up in front of the gate where his mother, Mrs. Min, had been waiting since earlier. She raised her hand to shield her eyes, her face lighting up as Alex stepped out of the car. But the moment she saw Tu-na walking behind him holding baby Henry, her heart trembled. "Oh my goodness, Tu-na!" Mrs. Min cried out, her voice shaking with surprise and joy. She rushed forward, wrapping her arms around Tu-na and Henry. The smile on her face shone brighter than the sunset itself. In Tu-na's arms, Henry stirred slightly, his cheeks still flushed pink from being sick. Seeing him, Mrs. Min's expression shifted to concern. She gently touched his forehead, her voice breaking. "Alex told me Henry wasn't well. I've been so worried these past few days I couldn't even sleep. Thank goodness you were there, Alex. I don't know what would have happened to Tu-na and the baby otherwise." Alex stepped closer, resting a steady hand on his mother's shoulder. His voice was calm but firm. "Mom, everything's okay now. I already took Henry to the doctor. It was just a mild fever. He's better now, so you don't have to worry anymore. From now on, I promise I'll always be here to take care of Tu-na and Henry." Mrs. Min looked at her son, pride and emotion filling her eyes. She nodded, her lips trembling. "My boy has truly grown up. Tu-na, with Alex by your side, I've never felt more at peace about you and Henry." Inside, the three of them gathered around a simple but heartwarming dinner. On the table sat nothing more than a bowl of sweet vegetable soup, a plate of savory braised fish, and some pickled eggplant, yet the air was filled with laughter. Mrs. Min, spooning food onto Tu-na's plate, chuckled as she reminisced. Back in the day, Alex was so clumsy, rice half-raw, fish burned to a crisp. Now seeing him take care of you and Henry, I don't know whether to laugh or to be proud. Tu-na's cheeks flushed as she smiled shyly at Alex. Little Henry, sensing the cheerful atmosphere, babbled happily, waving his tiny hands in the air, making everyone burst into laughter. In that moment, around a humble table, overflowing with love, the audience doesn't just see a family reunion. They feel the beginning of something new, a home built on love, sacrifice, and trust. Yet at the same time, one question lingers: how long can this peace last? Or are there still storms waiting on the horizon? The evening light cast a soft yellow glow over the small room, filling it with both warmth and tension. CEO Alex sat beside Tu-na, but this time his usual confidence was gone. Instead, there was a hint of unease on his strong face, his eyes darting away from hers. Tuna sat quietly, gently turning the warm teacup in her hands as steam curled upward. They were so close, yet an invisible wall seemed to stand between them. Alex cleared his throat, his voice dropping low. Tuna, I've said it so many times, but you always shook your head. I'm afraid that every time I bring it up, I only push you farther away. Tuna lifted her gaze, her deep eyes meeting Alex's unsettled ones. After a few seconds of silence, she sighed softly. Alex, you're a good man. But there are some things that can't be decided on kindness alone. Alex gave a faint, awkward smile, his hands clasped tightly together on the table as if to hide the trembling inside him. I know. Maybe you think I'm rushing things. But you don't understand. Every time I see you holding Henry, smiling so gently at him, I can't help but wish I could truly be a pillar for the two of you. I don't want to burden you, Tuna. It's just, my heart refuses to stay silent. The silence in the room deepened, broken only by the ticking of the clock, each second landing heavily. Tuna looked at him, her eyes flickering with emotion, before lowering them again. Her voice was quiet, almost fragile. You don't have to stay silent. Alex, it's just that I don't know if I can open my heart again. Old wounds, they don't heal so easily. Alex bit his lip, then suddenly reached for her hand. His voice shook, but his words were steady. If you're afraid, then let me face that fear with you. You can turn me down as many times as you need, but I'll still be here waiting until you believe. Tuna's eyes shimmered, a tear glistening at the corner. She pulled her hand back, yet not completely. That brief hesitation left the audience with countless questions. Was her heart beginning to soften, or was she still determined to keep her distance? The warm, yellow light fell across their faces, one filled with persistence, the other with uncertainty, turning the entire moment into something both tender and dramatic, leaving everyone wondering what comes next. At that very moment, before Alex could say another word, Henry's sharp cry rang out from the next room, echoing through the house. The sound was small, but urgent, making Tuna's heart tighten. She quickly stood to rush in, but Alex was faster. He stepped forward, scooped Henry into his arms, and gently patted the baby's back with his large yet tender hand. Shh. It's okay, Henry. Uncle Alex is here, he murmured, his deep, warm voice filling the quiet room. To Tuna's surprise, Henry stopped crying almost immediately in Alex's embrace. His wide eyes stared up at him, and then he let out a few soft coos as if trying to speak. Alex leaned closer, a gentle smile spreading across his face, while Tuna stood in the doorway, silently watching. In her eyes flickered something unexpected, a spark of warmth, hesitation, and confusion all at once. She slowly stepped closer, her voice trembling. Alex, how did you calm him down so quickly? With me, he just cries and cries. Alex chuckled softly, his gaze never leaving the baby in his arms. Maybe it's because I truly want to protect him. Kids can feel love, Tuna. Henry knows I love him. Tuna turned away flustered, but his words pierced straight into her heart. Her hands clenched tightly, her shoulders trembling. A part of her longed to believe, to fall into that embrace, but another part was terrified the past might repeat itself. Alex lifted his eyes, his expression steady as he took a step closer. Tuna, give me a chance. Not for me, but for Henry. I want him to have a family, a real home. You don't have to answer me now. Just don't shut me out. The room fell silent again. The only sound was Henry's soft breathing as he curled peacefully in Alex's arms. Tuna looked at them, her heart caught in a storm, fear colliding with a deep, undeniable stir of emotion. Just as the silence between them grew heavier, the bedroom door slowly opened. Mrs. Min Alex's mother stepped inside. In her hand was a half-finished knitted scarf, proof that she had probably been sitting on the porch, listening quietly to every sound in the house. Her eyes landed on Alex holding Henry. The baby was curled peacefully in his arms, chubby cheeks pressed against his chest, breathing softly. Mrs. Min stood still for a few seconds, her lips trembling, as if she were trying to hold back a wave of emotion. Alex. Her voice broke. I've never seen you so gentle. When you were little, you were so clumsy, you couldn't even hold a doll without dropping it. And now, here you are holding Henry as if he's your whole world. Tuna froze, her eyes flickering with unease. She lowered her head, unable to meet Mrs. Min's gaze. But the older woman stepped closer, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder, her voice warm and full of affection. Tuna, I know you're afraid. I've seen the pain in your eyes, the way you carry your worries. But look at Alex. His feelings are real. He doesn't just love you. He loves Henry as if he were his own flesh and blood. Alex lifted his head, his eyes meeting his mother's. In that instant, the strong image of a CEO seemed to disappear, leaving only a son longing for his mother's understanding, and a man yearning to protect the little family he dreamed of. Tuna's voice trembled as she finally spoke, soft as a whisper. I'm just afraid that one day Alex will be carrying too much and regret being with me. Mrs. Min tightened her grip on Tuna's hand, cutting her off gently. No, my dear. A mother can always see it in a man's eyes when he's in love. I believe Alex will never abandon you or Henry. On the contrary, you are the greatest blessing of his life. The room suddenly overflowed with tenderness. Tuna lifted her gaze, eyes glistening with tears, while Alex pressed a quiet kiss to Henry's forehead, a silent vow of love and devotion. And yet, the question lingers for the audience: will Mrs. Min's words be enough to open Tuna's heart? Or will she still choose to keep her distance, protecting Henry and herself from possible heartbreak? Moonlight spilled through the window, illuminating the three of them, 3 lives slowly being bound together. A moment both tender and suspenseful, leaving hearts racing over what might come next.
Đang ở ngay trước mắt, chúng ta ngồi lặng bên cạnh